Hello, 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 and welcome to I'm feeling tired and lazy, so this isn't going to be your normal Eddie Ascent. This is going to be a sub series that I am calling How to Fight DDR. um, he's everywhere currently, if you have not noticed or have been living under a rock. He's an AOL, if AOL slept everybody. Um, and also turned all of her allies into tank busters. So that's fun. But here's how I'm dealing with him because I honestly am not having any issue with him. I have, like, every now and then I'll lose to him, but I have a mostly winning record against him. I'd say probably 80-20 against DDR. He's just a he's just an initiator. He's not really scary, at least to me. But here's an example. I don't know how many examples we'll get to because I have mint chocolate chip non-dairy ice cream waiting for me, and I'd like to eat that. Also, a bunch of very funny people doing funny things. So we're facing Rio Senpai in the Shinrai Guild. In Global, they go for LRK, DDR, Lua, Stene, and Shu. I go for Arwell, Bunny Dom, very good into DDR. Karina, not bad into DDR, especially if you have an ER one. Ed is middling into DDR because he can just be overwhelmed. But I had enough faith that I could, overcome. And Strays, just because I noticed they have no initiator without Lua. So Strays is essentially a pre-ban or a must-ban unless they want to deal with one of their units dying immediately. They go for Shu. I ban out Lua, they ban out Strays. So this is how I was dealing with it. So this is a long one, but that's what you get. I'm just going to initially stun the Shu because right now the Shu is the biggest issue. I literally do not care about DDR. He's actually just gonna S3 and then, do his thing. But I don't necessarily care because this isn't gonna do anything. I think they did it to put immunity on Ed. But unless they want to anger Karina, they can't really go for Ed yet. So they're just going to go for Karina. S3 does literally nothing. And now I'm just going to S1 into the Shu. Do some damage into her. It's not actually the most HP Shu I've ever seen, which is pretty nice. I can't tell. There's no venom. I think it's an injury Shu. It has crit resist, and it is a water unit, but Ed says no. Yeah, I think that's an injury Shu. Weird. I'm just noticing that. I just have to get rid of her because she is the problem. They're going to go into... I guess this is their replacement for ML Shu, which they probably don't have. No strip on anything on the Shu, which is a little annoying, but they're going to keep going into Arwell. But again, they can't really make Karina angry. They do go into Ed, hilariously, which procs him to counter. And that stripped the immunity off of the Shu, because once again, elemental disadvantage is a joke in this game, no matter who you are or what you're doing. So I'm just going to punch the Shu out of existence. There she goes. And now I feel mostly comfortable. Stene is gaining souls, but she will never have an attack buff. If she ever hits Ed and venoms and or poisons, you know, I'm fine with that. They're just gonna keep going into Karina, do all that fun stuff. But Arwol's coming up to her S3 again. I get a dual attack. It's nice and helpful. They're gonna keep going into Karina. This is the power of Karina. Like, she will force everyone to go into her. No matter what. Doctor's Bag does heal up a little bit, which is nice. They're gonna S1, doesn't hit Ed this time, which is fine. I am, however, going to stun the DDR just to put a barrier back up on everyone. Because again, nobody's really in danger of dying at the moment. They're going to push everybody up. LRK is still 2 turns away from his whatchamacallit, so that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead. We have to go into LRK now. I'm gonna soul burn to try and defense break, which I get. Punch him, which is nice. Stene has so many books, but it does hit Bunny Dom and proc her below, which is hilarious. I need to strip the speed buff, which I do, which means Karina is slightly faster. And now I just punch the LRK into oblivion. And the Stene won't ever get to do anything. And that's game. He really just turns games into games of attrition. He's not like a threat necessarily. He's just there. This one was fairly easy. I just outsped. Easy as that. Who went first. Unbuffable to everybody. Stene kills the Goliath. Pushes back everybody but the LRK. I think I try to stun the LRK, because I imagine the DDR is on Wondrous Potion Vial. No, I stun the DDR, because I don't want him sleeping. He's on Wondrous Potion Vial, so he has like a 1/4 chance of not sleeping, or of not cleansing the stun. Also, there's another debuff in the defense break. LRK is just gonna do what LRK does, which is fine by me. It's not gonna do like any damage, and nobody gets immunity, so Bihu is just gonna start going into Lethe. But Stene's coming forward. They probably should have soul burned that to get rid of the defense break, because now Stene just kills Lethe and the game is over. Stene, if you could believe it, I know, shocking to talk about Stene this way. Stene, pretty good into him. Was this? There it wasn't DDR. Is this DDR? Well, any of my losses to DDR? No. I haven't lost to DDR in a while. Dilibet is also a great option into... Oh, it's this one. Oh my god, it's this one. This one is so funny to me, but so deserved. So I'm gonna go ahead, stop the LRK from putting immunity up on everybody. Dilibet doesn't need to do anything. Dilibet can cleanse whenever the hell she wants. So I'm just gonna go into DDR, get a counter, because it's Landy. I think I stun... I don't know what I do here. I think I just put a barrier up on everybody. But who do I go into? I go into DDR. More than likely he's on... Oh, well, we'll never know because I didn't stun him because our wall is a joke. LRK can't S3, which is fine. They're going to go into Flitica first, which is a little interesting to me considering Karina exists. They do not get a salvo, which is nice. Stene is going to waste her everything on Flitica, which is technically a choice. I don't think it was the correct choice, but it was a choice. Like, Flitica's already done her thing. She's not doing anything for a while. And now Karina's very angry. So I'm going to go ahead and punch this Knackle in the face because it is deserved. And then the fun happens. So Dilibet's pent up, let's say. 1. Dilibet is very pent up. And you will very quickly understand what I mean by that. Karina's just going to go into LRK. Soul Burn to defense break. 2. And now that LRK's gone, I can S3, hopefully kill the Stene, but push everybody up. I can also reset the DDR, which I did, which is great. So now he can't cleanse anyway. So he can only S1, which is fine. He can try to sleep the Karina. He doesn't. 3. I would lose my mind if I was the opponent. I feel so bad for that. But they also picked DDR and Knackle, so I can't feel too bad. But I know if that happened to me, I would lose my goddamn mind. No DDR, no DDR, no DDR, no DDR. Oh, this one did have DDR. So I love when we ban out the things that we want to ban out. I banned out Knackle because if they keep LCB, it's good into Knackle, that's fine. It's also good into everyone else. But if they keep Stene, I'm just going to get rid of Knackle because Brysiri is the only one who can reach. So this, I have Hand Guy, so I'm not afraid of DDR. Like, their AOL is also faster than my DDR. So, like, they're going to push everybody up and do all of the things. They're going to press all of the haha very funny buttons. Like, DDR didn't sleep anybody, but I don't... All that means is I now know my number one threat. And it's DDR. I just have to get rid of him and then I win the game. So they're going to do this. Hilariously, it does not proc Karina, which tickles me. But I'm going to go ahead and cleanse all that off. And now they can't reach Stene. They do get an immediate dual attack, which is, you know, just my luck catching up to me. I'm going to go ahead, stun the DDR. And, well, not stun, because, again, Arwell sucks, but it's probably an ER DDR. I just like ER DDR. I just like saying Arwell sucks because she does. But I do have attack buff. So I'm going to destroy this DDR's life. And now no one can touch my Stene. I don't think I... Oh, I think I S3 into the AOL? To get speed buff, because God knows I'll get defense buff eventually. Defense breaker, pop, DDR's gone. I'm going to put a barrier back up on Stene just in case. Do a good amount of damage to AOL. AOL already used S3, so she can't literally do anything except cause another dual attack, because again, this 3% chances are as common as literally anything else. They still have not broken the barrier on Karina. I get a dual attack? What a mess. What a mess this game is. And then Stene just kills Yolha. And that's that. It's very, very easy. But yeah, I'm like, even into this, DDR Lua, Bunny Dom will save your life. Lua cannot sleep, which is great. You don't realize how important not sleeping is until you get slept, and then you lose the game. DDR can't S3, S2, and that's fine. Like this one, I gave them two choices. They could either let me have Ed into their DDR Lua Solitaria Nightmare, or they could give me LHC into their Solitaria Nightmare. And they decided to give me LHC and ban out Ed. I banned out Architect Leica because why would I let that through? Even though hilariously I might have been faster than it, but I don't know. Lua's gonna go ahead and do her thing. I think she might actually proc the Bunny Dom. Nope, they're just gonna S3. I think this Lua, did it reset Bunny? It did reset Bunny. They're gonna push up, do all the fun stuff. They can't S1 unless they want to die. So they're gonna go ahead into the Arwell, because that is to be expected. LRK is gonna do his thing. Stene is going to exist, at least for now. Bunny Dom, let's just go ahead into the Lua, because I do not want the Lua to potentially defense break anybody. If I could also hit the Solitaria, that'd be nice, but I want the Solitaria alive for now. So I'm just going to keep going into Lua. If I wanted the Solitaria dead, I would just have, gone into the Solitaria. But I need her alive for LHC. I'm going to go ahead, kill the Lua, gain back a little bit of life, which is important as much as you may not think it would be. They're going to sleep and detonate the LHC, but I do have Escort back, and if this doesn't kill, which it didn't, and LRK crit but didn't kill, and now LHC wins the game. Solitaria may be annoying, but she does absolutely have weaknesses. I'm going to go ahead and try to stun the LRK, just in case. And now LHC gets to do what LHC does best, which is destroy everyone's life. Didn't kill, but chunked them immensely. So let's go ahead and kill the LRK. Okay, DDR, you can go. They're just, I think they gave up at this point, because they're just going to S3, Venom everybody, and then I get healed, and now Stene is, like, immune. Stene might die, but LHC will definitely not die. Does Stene die? I don't remember. Nope. Thank you, Arwell. You do so much mitigation. And yeah, and then they're dead. So again, DDR is not really scary. That was that one. That was the DDR. This one, I think I just outdrafted them, because I banned the Arwell and they banned the Strays, and then they just immediately disconnected and I won. But this one, again, DDR, Solitaria. Okay. I have Stene. I ain't afraid. Lua's gonna go first. I am going to sleep the Solitaria so that she cannot do her thing immediately. And then just do as I shall. Reset everybody. It resets the DDR, which is pretty nice. Because Solitaria is really the only way they can get to Stene. LRK, I make the executive decision to soul burn this because Solitaria will be doing a bunch of AoEs, so I'll get to go again pretty quickly. Stene, I don't remember if I try to kill the Arwell or the DDR. I might go into... Oh, I go into Solitaria. It does not kill, it does not stun, which is a little annoying. I probably should have tried to kill Arwell first, but what are you gonna do? Arwell can S3 because she resisted, because she's on immunity. They're gonna try to stun the Bunny Dom, but it didn't, so that's fine. They're gonna keep going into Bunny Dom. She is just an issue to their entire team, I guess. They're gonna heal Solitaria up, which is completely understandable. They can't really S3 into anybody because everybody has 2 turns of immunity. So I think they just S1. Go into Bunny Dom. Nothing gets stripped. My immunity gets stripped on the LRK. I don't know how or which buffs get stripped because it didn't strip immunity from anybody else. But I think I tried to just kill the Arwell here. Do I soul burn? But yeah. Bunny Dom is endlessly useful for DDR. Stene is a little naked at the moment. And they're going to push everybody up with Solitaria. And they're going to pop their S3 immediately just to heal everybody up. Doesn't heal the Arwell too much. But now I just have to make sure that LRK can eventually get an S3 off. They're just going to S1, do as they shall. Hopefully don't stun the LRK. They didn't, but they did stun Stene, which is not great. Bunny Dom can cleanse on her S3 because I have her on Doctor's Bag. So we're just going to have to work around that. They're just going to keep going into LRK because he's an HP scaler. And because now they have an effectiveness buff from DDR's S2, they're actually going to go into the Bunny Dom and hit. My Bunny Dom has like 230 ER, I think. But I do have my S2, S3 back with Lua, who's just kind of been existing in the background. So I'm going to go ahead, reset everybody. Destina doesn't have her buff anymore, so I easily reset her. So there's nothing they can really do at the moment. Putting speed buff on everybody is pretty nice. Bunny Dom, no shot. No chance you're getting venomed. And now it's Lua's turn again. I do get a dual attack with Stene, which is very helpful. But unless they stun the LRK here, I get to S3 and put immunity back up on everybody. Speed down is fine, as long as LRK dies. And Stene's coming up next. But I did get a blind debuff. However, say it with me, class. Blind is a joke. So I am just going to throw my S3 into the Solitaria and hit and kill her. And now, how win? So yeah, I mean, I don't think DDR is that big of an issue. I really, truly don't. He's just kind of more annoying than he is problematic. He's just another thing you have to kind of deal with. But Bunny Dom, Ed, Cesarado even, um, resetting him with Lua, um, anything that cares about extra turns. Uh, he's annoying, but he can be very easily played around. Um, so do your best. I know you guys can do it. You're all very good at the game, much better than I am, because I'm just a stupid funny man who says words and strings of sentences that sometimes make people laugh. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this how to deal with DDR for dummies. Uh, yeah, I'll talk to you all later because I need a nap and my mint chocolate chip ice cream. Goodbye.